Looks like we're actually going live now. LG have picked red side, it looks like. So we're here to go Leviathan Gaming. It's Robert Patrick, not John Patrick. Thank you, Clandestine. Leviathan Gaming versus the Spacewhales on CP Snakewater. The second map, Spacewhales won Viaduct 4-3. Match is officially live, and on Snakewater, you just gotta go with the Bandicam, man. There's nobody else to watch at middle. He dominates this map because he helped make this map by giving suggestions to the map maker about how to make it better for him. He's gonna go through the underneath on the first middle, throw his first sticky over, does no damage with it, hasn't spotted anyone yet. Dummy very slow through the sawmill rollout. Scout aggression up top by the Spacewhales here. Bandy playing very tentatively, not sure where to put his spam yet. Big bomb coming in from Boomer will take down Dave AC, and now Blaze is trying to get some action as well. Both scouts up top, denying jumps really well for LG, though. Good damage goes on to one of them. Picks are just clockwrk Dave right now. Tyrone's going to counter jump Boomer and take him down. Health is bad on LG, though, so if Spacewhales get appropriately aggressive, they can take this. 4 versus 4 is the fight right now, but Blaze and mesr are so weak. mesr on 90%. Doesn't quite have it yet. Shade is backed out on the lower. YZ and Blaze are dead. It's just Dummy and mesr versus Banny and Shade on the mid fight. And do they even want to contest this? They have their Uber, but they're scared of going in here. They know that Sticky's there. Banny debts it. Force is going to come out from mesr. The soldier support is there as Davey has arrived. Both Ubers have gone off. Multi does come out from Spacewhales. Dummy jumps away, and the scout clockwrk just runs out underneath. LG are going to get this cap, but it's even Ubers here.
It's a crazy mid there. I think Dummy was so slow, Banny kind of didn't know what to do there at the start with this first few stickies. If he's that slow again, I expect to see Banny getting a lot more aggressive early on in the mids, and maybe even like locking him out if Dummy's not there to contest him.
It was very... from Banny's perspective, it looked like a kid lost looking for his mother, trying to find anyone to shoot that sticky at. Right now we're seeing even Ubers here, both teams aggressively building with their scouts. And Admiral, if this were Europe, what would you guys be doing right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. And a million Steam chats here, man.
So Blade actually goes down. Blaze gets in on him, and the needle kill does. The needles do finish off Blaze. Clockwrk down as well. LG will have to get aggressive here to deny mesr this Uber. And don't worry, Admiral. After causing you all of the drama, I will pick up your slack in the play-by-play. Cyzer is going for a back cap. Has a soldier support. Dave AC with a double rocket jump up to the balcony area onto the medic. Hits one nice rocket. mesr with a surf has to pop the Uber. The point will not be capped here. But Cyzer is still in on the lower. Dave AC is behind and needs cleaning up. In fact, I don't think I even see where he is. He's on the very lower part, hiding on the tires, waiting for someone to run past. So despite losing Shade there, LG are not going to lose much else for it, as they do get the Uber force with that backup pressure.
Yeah, they got the Uber force, but they were down to just 3 of them, and Dave AC and Cyzer on the back cap able to get the force and then stay alive as well. So I think it's going to turn into a really good repush from LG. mesr actually already went down.
Yeah, we do see that it's 70% for Shade right now, just Dummy and YZ, and they're both getting pressured. Dave AC did die. Only about 90 combined health here on the 2 gamers. So are they going to have to put up with a quick push? It doesn't look like it. LG is just capping the point with Banny and Shade. They have Cyzer up, but he's not in the fight yet. They're going to wait for their spawns and go. So do we see a standard defense from the Spacewhales? Here's the question. The Uber is up. They have clockwrk on Sniper. So it's time for the clockwrk cam. Got to see what Matt Diaz can do. See if he can put a nice dagger in the back of his former teammate here, Sean.
Yep, look for clockwrk to get a body shot. Usually like to line it up on the door. As soon as that opens, you see the scope go off.
He switched off a sniper like 2 seconds after I
did switch off. Okay, looks like LG wants to go lower with this. Yeah, they're trying to muscle in lower a little bit. LG likes to Uber scouts on this point. It's a lot of ground to cover, even though it's an uncontested Uber. They like to Uber them into their faces and get them pushed back into the spawn, and then get time on the point. Looks like that's what they choose to do in lower. The Uber Cyzer is taking a 1v1 on a scout. He does kill the scout. Finally gets on the point there. Now is when they need to defend, and Banny is already dead, so he can't really capitalize on all the defenders collapsing on point.
It's just Dave AC above the point fighting. Oh, what? Wow. That was really bad. There's no other way to say it. When you have 4 people alive and nobody goes to the point and a medic just solo caps, that's really bad. I know there was stuff to distract them, but wow. Well, that means LG will take 1 round, so they're up 1-0. On their best map, on their favorite map, so we're going to have to take a look at another rollout here. I'm going to watch Dummy. I'm going to see just how slow he is, if this is some designed play. He's actually not as slow this time, playing up aggressively on the left side, getting some good spam up top, trying to deny those jumpers and those scouts. There is a soldier in his kitchen, though, that is getting cleaned up right now. Hero is dead, but Dave AC is going to win that 1v1 against Boomer, and Blaze is down as well, so no soldiers. Oh my god, Dummy and YZ with some picks at the same time. just Banny and Shade alive, and I think that this is basically what me and Seabird noticed when we did that demo review of LG playing Snakewater. They're completely fine with giving up 4 players if it means that Shade has his Uber and Banny lives, but I think they would rather fight on middle rather than 2 here, which is what they're going to be forced to do.
It seemed like Spacewhales just opted to dominate that left side. Like, you've got my full attention now, man. But both soldiers jumping up top left, Skip jumping over the side there on the top, and just absolutely crushed it. The 2-man advantage straight off the bat in that middle.
There's a scout stuck behind him. He's going to force the back cap here.
Oh!
Well, if he's actually going to get it.
Hell?
It does drag everyone back, though.
I was trying to reply to a Steam message, and I just see 90% captured of last. We will have...
Jesus. DJC size.
We will have Uber versus Uber as the Spacewhales try to push last. Hero is on Sniper. Looks like Blaze wanted to make a play. Roamer trade here. Probably not going to force any action. I'm trying to get my camera on Hero to see if he's getting really aggressive with this Sniper rifle. But they have the Sniper heavy play going on. Not much else right now for LG. Uber's popped in through lower from Spacewhales. They have flashed probably 17 times. Tyrone dead instantly, but Dummy's going to die. Cyzer doing some very nice heavy work here, denying zones. Some soldier peeked top left, saw the heavy, and just went, fuck it, and walked back the other way. So that could not have gone much worse for Spacewhales. They did at least get the force out, but they got nothing really out of that besides resetting the stalemate. And it's going to hurt them. The clckwrk is now dead. I hear Shade taking damage, down to 16 HP there as Blaze managed to get in. Scout's trying to go for the Miracle Club, gets him down to 11. But Shade will survive, he will endure, and he will make it back into spawn to survive one more day, Sean, but...
I'm surprised to see LG even trying to push out. Snakewater's generally a really hard map to try and push out on to begin with. Shade was also taking a lot of pressure there. They're going to be a little bit behind on Uber. And I don't know if they have enough picks to take this, but it looks like they're moving quick enough that they actually might get it.
Yeah, just checking there for any back caps on. Obviously they have that fat man sitting on last, but no scouts making any attempt there. And it looks like LG have got out of jail as they push it back from last. They're sitting here with an Uber disadvantage though. mesr's in position on middle to make something happen. And that is peeking onto that saw room with Boomer. They're going to start moving forward, but their Uber advantage is slowly but surely slipping away. I guess they're just happy to hold on here and try and eke out a few picks. Maybe get someone from LG to slightly overextend or outposition themselves. But now they're just going to sit in middle, so maybe they're going to allow LG to push. I don't know, guys. I'm clutching at straws here.
They're kind of, I think right now they're kind of feeling out an opening. It looks like the scouts are working their way in lower a little bit. I think they thought the Ubers were pretty much even. They popped the same time on last, but Shade was building much slower, and I think it was because he was taking a lot of pressure when the scout pushed in to try and kill him when he had 11 HP and snuck into spawn there. But when they retook 2, I think they kind of also thought, you know, they were kind of like bluffing a little bit there. You have a bomb coming in here trying to get a force. Banny, it's a clutch surf to get out of there.
Does come out from the Spacewhales right now, though. Uber has been used. They take down Hero and Dave AC. Will it be enough? The pick's going to go into Boomer. LG do have pretty solid position here, but they're getting surrounded by everyone. Cyzer is there to help. Bandy's coming into the fight now, getting good spam for free, but look at this fight going on. Scout gets launched up in the air. The nice pipe from Bandy connects, takes down clckwrk and Dummy. It's just mesr alive, fighting everybody, and he is not going to survive that. No chance in hell. That looked like it could have gone better for the Spacewhales just because they encircled and ensnared, but man, Banny hit some great damage there, and that long-range pipe was fantastic.
I feel like all Spacewhales had to do there was just avoid the Uber until it had defeated it, but clckwrk had like no respect for it. That forced the heals onto him, as mesr just had to sort of keep him alive, but then Banny with that big damage, it just all turned on a dime. And right now we do see LG pushing through on that left side on the attacker's perspective. They're in position to push the lobby if they want to. The bomb comes out here from Blaze. He finds Tyrone in the lobby. The action is all kicking off. Ubers have been popped off here. mesr only on 60%. They're trying to chase down with a scout. They got to get that medic pick. They know they have to get it. He's doing great work here. Or Dummy doing great work here. mesr alive. He does eventually go down. Dummy still in position here, and they haven't even capped CP2 yet. The middle's going up as well.
Yeah. He sold out to kill mesr there, who was running clckwrk, by the way, and Blaze got capped on him on middle. He's going to try and take this solo. He's waiting for Dave AC to come in. Shade did go down at the end of that. It's Dave AC versus Blaze, the roamer battle on middle. Look at the counter jumping. Blaze trying to go into the kitchen, or sawmill rather, cannot make it out. But that was great pressure by him. Great play there by Blaze, and they will actually get an Uber advantage out of this. I think mesr might be back on clckwrk. He is, so we're not only going to see an advantaged push out of the Spacewhales, they're going to be critzing Dummy into mid here, Soundbud.
Yeah, you get the cam on dummy. He was on fire on Viaduct. You know, those crits is kind of, I think, helped him win that map. LG looks to be in pretty good position. They need to get eyes on the chokes and make sure they scout it so they don't let him sneak in the middle and get that, you know, that long sticky bomb that mesr might be, or that shade might catch. You know.
You see that cyzer is grinding out the Uber as best he can, but the crit streak is up now, so it's time to see what dummy can do. He had mixed results on Viaduct, we'll say. LG don't know that it's crit shot, but now they do. The crit sticky comes out. Banny is extended pretty far. Gonna be taken out here, and that's maybe all Spacewhales need. They have good damage onto Dave AC as well. He gets picked. The Uber is popped onto a scout, chasing down dummy, who gets killed. Hero with the Hero actually takes down Blaze on the flank as well. Shade finishing off dummy there. But I think Spacewhales are in a very good position to get healed up and re-push this.
Yeah, with Baney down, I think they might be able to work the point off of heals still. Dummy did go down as well, so see a lot of fights going on between the scouts on the flank. No one's really winning that battle. Looks like LG tries to muscle their way in through Cell Room. They did a pretty good job. Baney's back here in the fight. They might actually push mesr all the way back into the lobby. Looks like they did, so they might win 2 here. They are getting backup though. Who's that on middle? Must be clckwrk.
The other scout, yeah, that's clckwrk. That's a play that clckwrk has added lately. It wasn't something he used to do, but now he goes for a lot of backup and as distraction. Excuse me, the crit streak is back up, and it's just dummy and mesr, and they're caught out really badly, out of position. Coming from their sawmill, the crits has popped. Dummy's gonna have to go for some miracle stickies here if he wants to do anything with this. Gets Dave AC down, but that is not gonna be enough. Shade is at 98%. They could not get him with this crit streak, and the scout is in on the flank as well. Onto mesr. Pipe goes onto him from dummy. Mesr will stay alive, so they will maintain some semblance of crits here. Scout's actually going to go and try to make the play. Why he gets piped down by Banny. Uber's up. It's time for LG to make their push. Got to get my eyes on the Banny cam, see what kind of damage he is putting out as he walks in here. Again, they're just sacrificing players and trying to waste time here. Our Spacewhales. Uber's popped through the shutter door. Scout and Demo. Banny tries to focus that soldier down, but everyone is flooded away. Hero down. Scout on the point. So much pressure. Every bit of fighting is happening on the point. mesr is dead. Oh, Dave AC comes in, does a ton of damage. Banny gets a cleanup kill on a Blaze, and that is it. That makes it 2-0 in favor of Leviathan Gaming as we go to the round number 3. Admirable.
Bad news, guys. My prediction is out the window. 5-1. I thought it was a shoot-in, but already you've sunk my battleship as we're going on to another middle here. See dummy rolling out from the bottom. Same for Banny. They're trading stickies across the point, DJC, but not much damage done as they're waiting for the soldiers to come in and initiate again. The cyzer up top denying. He spotted the actual rollout from mesr there. He's got crits as well. mesr rocking that crits Krieg. Shade on the Uber charge. This could get messy very quickly. Both teams taking a lot of damage and trading one player apiece. Tyrone and Dave are both down right now. clckwrk and Boomer in exchange. And the crit Krieg has just been popped off, but it doesn't hit anything. Wow, anticlimax. Anticlimax.
There's a scout behind as well, so that's going to put a bit of a squash on any efforts that Spacewhales have to cap this. cyzer actually does die trying to contest it. Banny's coming on the lower. The Uber's going to be popped here. mesr might have been overextended, but he has a scout supporting him as he backs out. But LG wants to chase. They have Hero going for it. Banny as well. Scout is down. Why is he going to protect his medic? But here is Boomer arriving at just the right time. But look at this aggressive play here. Oh, Hero does not want to go for it underneath. Saw the soldier had good vision on him. clckwrk will actually die trying to make a play in behind. And the weird thing we might see here, because this cap went so far for Spacewhales, mesr's at 75% crit Krieg. Will we see a double crit Krieg on this middle, Sean Bud?
You know, I'm not sure if they are or not. mesr did an amazing job getting out there. Banny almost caught him at the tail end of that Uber. I think LG is going to win the point, but I think they're trying to crits to defense right now. Yeah, they are going up the window to crits out here. We see how this goes.
First stick, he's a miss by dummy. He's shooting towards the sawmill. At least he's denied them some area. Might get a recap. Banny eats one underneath, but stays alive. Cyzer's dead. Tyrone took a little too much damage trying to get out. mesr is down. David
bomb.
Takes down mesr and Blaze. Cap will go by the Spacewhales, and this is a very dangerous situation for LG because they are 3 down. Both scouts are alive for the Spacewhales. Wisey and clckwrk are actually splitting up here. Not going to get aggressive, though. Looks like they're just trying to distract. Now they've met up. They might want to go in here, see if they can just 2v1 someone, get in and make a play, delay this push that's inevitable from LG right now because they do have their Uber up, Admirable.
And it's still crits Krieg for mesr. He's sitting at 21% right now. And Shade has got to be factoring this in. Right now they're moving forward. They don't want to pop off that Uber charge too early. They can muscle their way in quite a distance just on the fact that this crits Krieg versus Uber dynamic is in play. They know that they want to stay alive, they want to keep that crits Krieg up. They can't really contest until they at least have crits, so Spacewhales are being forced back and back, and they just allowed them to come in for free. The Uber hasn't even been popped off yet, and they're just right around the corner. They could totally crush them here if they want to. They are going to lead ahead with a scout. The Uber is still not being popped off. Great medic and Shade so far, just bullying them back, really muscling their way in. But now they've got themselves in a difficult position as they get surrounded by blue players. Blaze gets the force off, and there's still a scout behind as well. They need to keep an eye on that. There he is. It's YZ onto Vanny. Such an important pick right there. And this could go either way. I'm really not sure. The crits is still a big factor here, but 2 players down now.
Here comes the crits to defend the point. That's the big thing right now. Dummy's going to get a crit stick on the point. Looks like they all were able to scatter. I don't think he's going to get any kills with this at all.
They do get 3 nice picks there, 2 rather, as Tyrone and Cyzer go down. Benny was an earlier death. They will get the quicker spawns right now. Cyzer is up. Tyrone can't get it though. But the thing is, oh my god, Shay goes down right as I was about to talk about the Uber advantages. Why do you ruin my life, Blaze? Why do you take away the things I'm going to say? So Shade's dead. Big crits advantage here for mesr. They have about 80% crits by the time Shade is back up. Soldier is in the kitchen though. Dave AC knows the situation right now. He knows he needs to get on top of mesr, but the quick aggression out of Spacewhales is going to deny that. Scott even runs through the kitchen just to make sure Dave AC is not hiding there. LG have all backed out. Banny and Shade are on the lower. They need to get their medic to safe ground right now. Banny has stickies on the lower door. Pretty much just entirely covering that with 8 stickies. He doesn't want anything to come through the lower. I think they're confident that if mesr crits his in through the sawmill, they can just jump on top of him and nuke him down before anything bad happens. But they are coming through lower. They took the other door. Big aggression out of the Spacewhales, but there is a soldier behind. Davis, he's trying to move through the sawmill right now. He's going to greet a scout if he does indeed go there. Spacewhales taking their time getting to the point. Hero on the sniper gets a pick onto Dummy. Cyzer is dead as well, though. The crits has been popped in the lobby. Oh, Hero's down with it. But is that all? Shade took a rocket. He's at 16, down to 1 HP. He's running back to last. He misses the rock. He's on 10. Spacewhales have to chase here. It's just Banny. Shade is juking around trying to get that health back. Cyzer's got the spawn. The needles are coming out from Shade. He cannot support Banny in this fight. He is too low. Banny and Cyzer with 100 combined health between them. Banny gets a nice pick on a boomer, but that will not be enough. The cap will go to Spacewhales, and that will draw it to 2-1. Oh man, Shamba,
nice try by Shade there. He did a good job staying alive during that crits, but he couldn't stay hooked up with Banny there. He got forced back into spawn, and then he wasn't doing that scout. I think they may have been able to get Uber to stop the point if he'd just been able to fall back behind Banny. But he was taking so much pressure, he decided to keep juking and get back to the spawn.
Oh man, Admiral, what do you think we're going to see on this mid, man?
I think we're going to see more aggression from Spacewhales, but LG were able to soak it up pretty big last time, but that's Dave AC bombing in, I think, straight onto mesr. He just hides under the wooden stairs there. He's down onto 100 HP. Not really life-threatening, just a bit of a flesh wound as LG loses 4 players in exchange for 1. Shade's getting chased back here. He's getting separated though from his only remaining player. That's Hero. He has managed to hook up and get that Medibeam on him, but already Dummy's pushing ahead. Almost finds him with a sticky there. Shade is down to 100 HP. He's going to be able to get his charge up here, but I don't think they're going to be able to block in time.
We do have Uber up for both sides. Boomer and Dave AC on low life, but that won't affect it too much. Cyzer does his usual spawning as heavy. Gotta see how Spacewhales attack this heavy. It's a really hard blast to break even without the turtling classes. Heavy with 450 HP is just so hard to take down. We're also going to see Hero go Sniper because why not? Why have a scout at all? I'll just sit here and defend last for 9.5 minutes and run the clock out. Banny's going to sit above the point. Cyzer in position to have his 450. Hero is at a good angle to see everything. But I think that we just saw a suicide by Clockwork to come back on an off class of his own, Sean Bud.
Yeah, I'm expecting a sniper. I don't think Snakewater last is notoriously hard to push. I don't know. It's a lot of ground to cover with your Uber, especially when you see that sniper posted up. You got to pop early, and then they got the heavy back there by respawn. I think you're gonna see a sniper pick here. We might be mean for Wade if Clock doesn't hit a shot.
We see Clockwork is actually in position now, has his full buff. He's going to peek on this left door, the traditional sniper spot when you're on offense here, but they spot it. Some rockets come in, spam him back a little, but Clockwork is not deterred. This is pretty much what snipers have to do. Sit there, take a few rockets to the face, and find what you can. Very tentative around the corner, misses his first shot. Is he going to get a second? Goes for Shade. Shade is hiding behind the crates on the far side. Soldier jumps in, but Clockwork surfs it away. This is just kind of where we have to sit and wait, isn't it? We're just going to wait for one sniper to get the better of the other, make something happen. Hero scoped in on the wrong spot. Clockwork could not get the shot, though. They're waiting for that shutter door to pop open yet again. If you are LG in this situation, Admirable, do you think that giving up your position to stay safe from the sniper is ultimately worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think They're playing it smart here. They can commit one player there to do quite a bit of denial. That's Tyrone in position right now. All you really have to do is keep peeking on that corner. Obviously you can get picked, but you just gotta stay out of that sniper sightlines. Why would you gamble, man? Their whole position here is based on defense. They're not in any position to push out after this. Look at all the off classes they have. They just want Spacewhales to push in and get wiped here. And I'd like to see, like, obviously Spacewhales are going to try and break this again, but I'd like to see them just go in maybe with a single Uber, get the force off, get out, and then sort of reposition, try and jostle their way in again once the Ubers are out of the equation. But they seem quite happy to just sit back here and try and get picks. But they have switched up the scouts again.
Classic European wants to see the classic European play of Ubering and doing nothing with it, just to say, we use their Uber, it's cool. I'm surprised that,
like, why would they go in and get themselves out of position? Like, if they're going in with Uber, they're going in at a disadvantage. They're going to have to pop, and like, they want to get out alive. So yeah, I'd go in and take Uber out of the equation, man. Then you can actually do damage and actually mean something. You're not just going to get saved by invulnerability. The Ubers have been popped off here in the lobby though, as both combos go toe to toe with soldiers, not doing any damage to anybody, just moving each other around ever so slightly. Cyzer's in position here as a stopgap with that heavy weapons guy on the right side in the defender's perspective. And again, back to a little bit of a stalemate. The Ubers have been taken out of the equation as I requested though, so hopefully we'll see some action soon, DJC.
Problem is, it's so hard to push into a heavy with no Uber. It's hard enough with one man. What are you going to do against a 450 health heavy when you don't have invulnerability?
I'm going to get my own heavy, man.
Sniper. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised. When I saw Blaze and Clock die at the same time, I expected a sniper heavy push or something at least. But it looks like we're not going to see that. We're just going to see some standard classes here, some normal lineups, and just rush in and see what the Spacewhales can do. Right now I see Blaze getting aggressive. Oh, Blaze just got annihilated trying to jump in. Ate a pipe, then a sniper to the face. So that's more time wasting. Do you think there is ever a situation here, Sean, where LG would want to push out into the Uber?
They're trying to bait Spacewhales into a bad push. Their defense is really, really strong right now. I think Spacewhales had their best chance with clckwrk on Sniper. I think that they might want to try something like that again. I think that maybe that was a suicide just then to try and get him on Sniper again. I don't know. You can't really go in and exchange Ubers on this point. It's really difficult, especially against the heavy. It's hard to even get back there and force it, and then escape with the medic. Yeah, I don't know if we'll see clckwrk come up here on Sniper, or is he going to stay Scout? He does stay Scout. So against the heavy though, you can't even try to get suicides to do like a Uber force to just get an advantage and then repush with your spawns. I don't know. I'm surprised I didn't see clckwrk go back to Sniper.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you kind of have to play the pick classes here. I'm really surprised that Clock hasn't tried Spy at any point, because I think LG kind of have a weakness to Spy. It looks like they're actually expecting a bit of it right now. They're expecting some kind of off-class based on Shade's positioning. But LG have lost this last to a Spy so many times. Here they're going to lose clckwrk and Boomer and not even get their Uber off at all. They just have to back up with this. They can't even rush in with anything to try and get this force out.
Yeah, you're going to see a push now.
Yeah, you have to. If you're LG, you have to do this. There's no way around it. Scout is getting aggressive on a Tyrone to try and force him. Hero is down, meanwhile, trying to find Blaze right now, see where he's at. Uber's going to come out, though. YZ50 just shoots Dave AC out of the air like it is nothing, and it's a Tyrone solo Uber with a heavy in behind. Shade is caught out now, taking pretty good damage. Gets stuck on the train, eaten up by the rockets of Boomer, and cyzer is out of position, gets taken out. It's just Banny alive versus Boomer. Boomer will finish him off with a shotgun. It's Hero versus Boomer. No push is going to come here, but mesr is going to get the much earlier spawn. Will we see some clckwrk action? No, he's just sitting on his diamond bot killer medigun, and nobody spawned with him, so they couldn't actually heal, but they will have Blaze come up heavy. Admirable, what do you think of this play?
Yeah, I think they're just getting a little bit frustrated here, and it's definitely the way to go. Like, even look at the positioning, like, if you don't want to go and Uber in there, there's definitely a lot of scope for them to force their way in on the left side in the position LG were previously defending from. But right now they've switched it up. They've got a Sentry on the right side, they've got the combo on the right side as well in the defender's perspective, but there's still no overcharge in the equation yet. And wow, look at the health here. 3 players down right now for Spacewhales. They took a lot of damage trying to force their way in there, and it hasn't paid off for them at all. I mean, they should have just sat back, maybe waited for the stalemate, but they decided to just go in there. for no apparent reason. I guess they're just.
I think it was a good idea
mad.
to try. They weren't having much success with when it was Uber versus Uber was just stalemated. They weren't getting a sniper pick. I think the heavy was a good idea. They planned to just push in as soon as they got their spawns up there, and they just kind of used the heavy to like muscle their way into the point. And I think Dummy going down right away there really hurt them. And also Hero's hitting his shots on the sniper. That's one of the reasons LG's defense is so strong right now.
It's got to be a point though, like during that push where you're like, we've taken too much damage. When we just get out, they did manage to keep their medic alive, but here they come, Ubered in on that left side. They're trying to get Dave ESEA, but he's just dancing around there. It's burst off the roof, and now the headshot comes in from here. That's Dummy out of the equation, and this is looking like a bad push already. She's just popped off there, but he still has 6 players up. He's managed to keep them all alive, barely, and only 3 remaining clockwork on super low HP as mesr, and he back off towards the left side there. Even a heavy weapons guy in here though. As Blaze picks up Banny, that's an important frag. That's going to take momentum out.
Right now that LG are pushing out, they have their soldier jump in from lower. Mesr's back on the left with his scout right now, 25% advantage, but really not that much considering how much of a player advantage LG have. But everyone is dying here. Banny died early, Dave, and then cyzer, and now everyone is cut out. 9 health on Tyrone, 1 on Shade. Shade is running away through lower to last. Oh, he gets cleaned up by Boomer. It's just Banny on last round in front against YZ50, and 3 shots will take him down and capture the point. So that will draw it even at 2-2. And despite the fact that Admirable got eliminated from the predictions game a long time ago, me and my good buddy Sean Butt are still alive.
Still alive, baby.
5-2, right? 5-2 Spacewhales. What?
Yeah, man. That's what you said.
I think LG took it was a good decision to try and push out, but they kind of took their time. You know, they had to work through lobby and try and get rid of that heavy. He also took down Banny. They never got cap time, and then the spawns just won it for Spacewhales there. Take away the mid fight, DJ.
I'm going to take a look at Dave AC here, see what he's doing. Actually jumping really aggressive on the top right, a more straightforward mid for me. He's on to both scouts and the medic, but he's not really doing much with it, just delaying, and Tyrone and Dave are already dead. Boomer with a double kill on a Dave and Hero. Banny is backing up with his medic and cyzer. Looks like Spacewhales are not yet getting aggressive with this, but Clockwork is moving in through the balcony area right now. He's into the lobby. He is spotted by the demo and scout. Sticky and the meat shot will take him down. YZ50 is now maybe overextending just a little bit into 2, but he has his team coming to support him. It's a matter of cyzer can kill him in time. And he does indeed. Speed talking with DJC here on CP Snakewater featuring LG versus the Spacewhales. Uber's going to pop off from LG in lobby here. mesr still has his blazes so low though. Is he even going to be able to contribute to this fight? Counter Uber comes out from the Spacewhales. Boomer's getting really good damage out right now. Banny takes a few rockets, but he's staying in it. Scout is down. Hero is dead. The bomb comes in from enoryt. Tyrone is down. Banny hits a nice pipe that will crater Dummy, take down mesr, but is it really going to matter? Banny's down to 18, and that was a very good push from the Whales despite losing their medic. It's just cyzer on last. Clockwork's going for it. He wants to 1v1 his old scout party. He wants to see if he can take down Big Brown, and he cannot. Cyzer with the staunch defense, 80 health on it, but the soldier comes in, and wow, Spacewhales make it 3-2, and we are going to halftime here.
Valiant effort there by cyzer to defend last, but the spawns were just too late for him.
Oh man, it was a great effort there, but that push by Spacewhales, like, lose their medic, still come out on top by that much of a margin, and then just flood everyone onto cyzer. Cyzer did everything he could, but it was not enough, Admirable.
Yeah, it's like Spacewhales are goading LG into pushing out into them. They're giving them these little edges, and LG and the spawns, I think, really fucked them over there on that attempt to push out onto 2. They just came out so far that the spawns were that little bit quicker. Got a soldier bombing in there just in the nick of time to get that last guy on the point, but I think it's really just LG are getting beat out here. They're not holding on to their solid positions like they're able to do onto last. Whenever it comes into this positional play, they're just falling for it, man. They're taking the bait every time.
Well, Admirable is lagging his ass off thanks to that Irish internet. Do you agree with that, Sean? Like, if LG are getting baited out of their position, do you think that when they see a tasty little target before them, they should just not do anything? Just, like, let it pass, passively spam, see if you can get a pick on it, but not actually commit to it?
It's hard for them to commit to a push out of last. Their last defense has been super strong. They did the right thing. They were super patient. They finally saw an opportunity, but then they just never got cap time. And then the round just now, they tried. I think they overcommitted to the fight on 2. At the end of the Uber exchanges on the point, they had people on the hut and they had people on the train. Spacewhales did, and LG, they were just sitting on the point. And if they had been on the cliff or in the lobby, they could have maybe still contested it, or at least fell back to last and had a chance to win the round. But they had too many people, I think, just trying to stop the point. And the respawn, I think Clock and YZ They were trying to chase down the medic after that middle, but then once the Ubers were exchanged on 2, they got respawns and they came in and they cleaned up the fight and ended up being the difference maker, I think.
We are live.
It just seems
here.
like they're giving up positioning for frags too often, man.
Yeah, it's very uncharacteristic of a team with like Banny on it too.
Just like ESEA, I am live on 3, getting to say it for the 3rd time because I had the latency issues, unfortunately, keep us talking over each other. Apologies for that, but the 3rd middle, or the 5th middle, 6th middle rather, is here. Math, I'm bad at it. Whatever. Mid is over. Mid is being taken. Fight is happening. Soldiers jumping. Big aggression of the red team here. That is the Spacewhales switching colors at the halftime. YZ is dead, but Tyrone gonna crater himself. The classic enoryt move. Mesr is dead though. Dave AC got him behind. It's just Banny and Shade on the lower right now, but they do have scout support in the form of Hero, and Dave is still fighting the good fight on middle. Actually gonna clean up clckwrk and Blaze. Huge middle out of Dave AC there. 3 versus 2 right now. YZ just got his spawn. Is Dummy actually a late spawn? No, he's just in the sawmill right now, Admirable.
Yeah, he sure is. Just gathering myself together here, and it is a big Uber advantage for Shade, having picked up mesr on that middle. They've got ×6 on the point here. They're taking things very methodically. They're not going to push ahead. They know they've got that big Uber advantage. That's at least another 30 seconds, 20 seconds that they can push ahead here and take advantage of this. They see the positioning of Spacewhales on the train here. This is quite tempting for them, you know. If they want to get in their faces here, pop off that Uber, they could get a few frags, but they're just going in ever so slowly, and that's allowing mesr back into the game. Chances are that Spacewhales are going to have Uber up in time to defend last. I think they'd be very happy with that after the middle they had, and they even get the Uber force off as well. Wow. YZ50, I think that was, with the force.
Blaze's spawn is going to come just in time. He's going to come up on Soldier. Looks like LG aren't committing to this. They will get the double Soldier Bomb and the Force out here onto mesr. Dave AC trying to escape. He will get out with his life. Tyrone is dead, though. Sticky's being put up in a very defensive position by Banny here to keep Spacewhales from getting over-aggressive. But this is about a 27% Uber advantage, and mesr's just not healing anyone. So this is going to extend a lot more than it should have. That should have been about a 15%, 20% advantage, and instead it's more like 35-40 right now. So Spacewhales are going to have to grind this out pretty hard if they want to have it up in time to defend, Sean.
Yeah, that's also one of the weak points of the Whales roster. You don't see a whole lot of off-classers. Clock, he's not even up on Sniper. You see them keeping standard classes even though they're a little bit behind on Uber and they're on last point. LG, you see them pull out the Heavy and the Sniper, and they just turtled for like 8 minutes there before Whales were able to find the cap. Looks like the push-in comes from LG, though.
Yeah, Blaze got a nice force off there, sitting in the drop-down area, but does give his life for it. Cap time going by LG here. Need to get on up. The Uber's not up yet, and they will just get cleaned up. Could not get on it with the amount of players they had, not having an Uber. That draws it even. It's 3-3 here. We're going to the 7th middle of CP Snakewater. And this is looking almost as good as the first match, which finished 4-3 on Viaduct. Gonna take over another middle here. I want to see, really want to see what Blaze is doing on these mids. I want to see what kind of impact he's going to have this time. Looks like right now he's going through the sawmill, the normal route, protecting his demo man. Gets a good jump up top into the kitchen, the standard place for the roamer to play. About to get aggressive here, clears the stickies, walks right onto Banny. Banny maybe extended a bit too far, but it's going to hit a nice pipe over the crate. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight is happening. Dummy is taking on Tyrone, and Dave AC's bomb has gone nowhere as he gets cleaned up by Dave, but LG have better position, get his pressure Spacewhales out. But they're getting damaged so much right now. YZ will be the death for Spacewhales here, but look at the pressure on point by Boomer now. Takes down Banny with no Banny. Is this fight even winnable for LG? They have their Uber up on both sides. Shade's going to have to pop onto cyzer, but it's one player versus 2 combat classes. The Scout wants to chase clckwrk. Really aggressive here. Wants to get onto Shade, but cyzer doing a very good job of zoning him. And the soldier support arrives in the form of Dave and Tyrone. Will LG try and re-push this without Banny to retake the point ads?
It was a strange middle there. I was trying to figure out. I was watching Dave AC in the opposite number there, and like he went into kitchen, then had an opportunity to jump the medic, but he jumped on the hut, turned around and tried to focus down the scouts. I wonder, was that like their intention on middle of trying to pick the scouts? Is that their game plan? But it didn't work out for them anyway. But they did manage to trade Ubers and keep their medics alive. So we see Shade is sitting here with actual 10% Uber advantage, although it's probably not going to come into play. Spacewhales are feeling very ballsy here. They're going to push forward into green, onto the grass, and try and get the point for free. They might have a chance as the Uber just comes in now for Shade, but he's quite separated from the rest of his team. He's trying to find somebody to heal right now. He does finally find Dave AC, who is on just about 100 HP there. Meanwhile, mesr's gone down, and I totally missed that one.
Yeah, Dave came in and took down mesr from, I think he came in from, I don't know, somewhere from lobby, just jumped over the fence, put 2 rockets on mesr when he was in the yard. I was surprised Shade milked it as long as he did. He was, I think it was 4v3 at that point, and mesr was already dead. I maybe would have Ubered a little sooner, try and keep a few more numbers up. As it is, I don't think they can even push middle. I think Spacewhales managed to get a few kills towards the end of that before Shade popped.
I think that's something that Shade's been guilty of so far. Like, I've seen him do that a few times, where he's not in position to save his team, fair enough, but like, before he pops, he's already 2 players down.
You can't entirely fault Shade for that, though. I think maybe he's trying to milk it and save the Uber for the next push, because he knew mesr was already dead, so if he saves his Uber, then that's pretty much a free mid-push for them. But I think the fight started turning south and he had to Uber.
It's a problem on the flanks then, isn't it?
Shade is slightly ahead, but not enough to make a push off of. Both teams running standard lineup here. LG are holding their second right now. They have pretty standard positioning. Push the combo up to the sawmill just to make sure nothing gets through there. Have both scouts and the roamer just kind of peek on lower. Looks like Dave AC is actually doing some spam support from the balcony/cheese area to help out, get the early fourth of a mesr. But Spacewhales meanwhile sneaking through lower because LG are happy to give it to him. Here comes the bomb from Tyrone. Dave AC in even further though, took a sticky as he jumped into the window. The pop is going to come out slightly earlier here from LG. Dave is going to die. Health is very good on the Spacewhale, so this might go badly for LG here. They're all clustered as well. Every bit of spam is going to go to this, hit 4 people at once. The scout is in deep. Wisey gets cleaned up, but it's not going to matter. Cyzer and Tyrone are dead. Shade goes down to clckwrk there, and Hero is dead as well. It's just a 50 health Banny, and he is extended so far. The pain train comes out from Dummy. And that is going to be a full wipe for LG. Dave AC is the early spawn. He's jumping on the point. Gets up top. It's a nice rocket on the boomer to take him down. Is doing a very good job of holding this, but cannot do it by himself. And that will make it 4-3 in favor of Spacewhales.
I'm going to give the MVP in that yard fight there to mesr. He was baiting himself really well. I thought he was caught out, but he just did incredible dodging there, and I think a lot of the LG focus fire was directed at him. Meanwhile, Spacewhales cleaned up to 3 or 4 frags, and then they ended up getting around there.
So we have what might be one more middle left. I'm going to watch Dave AC. I'm going to see if he can make a big play here. He's done it a few times tonight. Can he save the round? He's waiting in kitchen with his scout partner. Going to jump up top, but Spacewhales have done a really good job of denying them on this middle. Dummy is dead because he was just sitting there solo. Boomer down as well. Hero and Cyzer doing great work right now. Tyrone is dead. Dave on very low life. It looks like Spacewhales are just going to have to back this up. It's just clckwrk and Blaze alive with mesr. They will be able to get their Uber up to defend last or maybe even second if they so wish it, Admirable.
Blaze with a huge flank. He was
Oh
sitting
my
up there in the
God.
window room. Nobody checked it. Shade just walked straight down to lower and Blaze put 2 rockets on him. Big play from Blaze.
I've seen that happen more.
Looks like Whales have a chance to defend too now. See, mesr takes a scout. Who's that clckwrk? He's going to Uber clckwrk out of lobby. They do clean up Dave and Hero on the flank. Looks like they're going to move into mid with the Uber as well. They got to watch out for Banny sticky traps as they come in though.
More than a few times has that happened to LG in the past. Like, just let one guy get in on the flank and don't even bother looking for him, and they get through and Shade gets dropped. Very bad of them to not look for that, to not realize it was coming. The backup is started, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. It just brings YZ back. He's trying to engage the scout underneath. May as well just leave him and push forward, honestly, because it's not like he's going to be able to backcap middle if the Whales move off of this, but they have pretty much lost the advantage they had somehow, maybe just not building as efficiently as they should have.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You're a real stickler for Uber building timings, Admirable.
Oh, it's just because I'm really bad at it, man. I'm always trying to figure out how to get good at this game, but right now, it's LG are just going to give up this point. They're doing damage from afar, but they're just waiting for that Uber charge. They want to make sure they're fully buffed here when they come out to block, but they're not going to block. They do have the charge, but they decide they've already lost a player and the position isn't good. They're going to take too much damage if they try to push out there, so they're going to hold on to last. But they're 2 players down here and it's 8 seconds before cyzer respawns. Dave is 10 seconds away. The Ubers do get popped off and they lose Tyrone as well. This is looking horrendous for LG. The Ubers are popped off. A heavy weapons guy has come out, but all Spacewhales need to do is spread out a little bit, get buffed up, and then re-engage when the Uber fades. The Uber has faded now. Spawns are coming in. That's cyzer gets focused down instantly. Banny down as well. Hero too. And that was just a well-executed push there from the Spacewhales.
Yeah, I think he had LG overcommitting to the yard fight there. They never really defended the point. They were just kind of trying to spam it from lobby, and then towards the end, cyzer went down, so they decided to back up, and then as they backed out, Dave went down as well, and that gave Spacewhales the cue to push with the 2-man advantage. That was enough for him. And then Tyrone, I think, when he came out of respawn, I think he hit the cabinet, and then he came out of the spawn on the wrong side and got caught up by like 4 or 5 members of Spacewhales. But Spacewhales takes the game. Was that 5-3? Oh no, we picked for LG, didn't we?
Yeah, yep. Well, me and Shamba were both horribly wrong. Admirable was a little wrong, predicting the roll win for the Spacewhales, but that was really, really impressive. Hopefully Lane can get some stats up on the screen, so we can take a look at that. I know that Banny was having a crazy game.
Yeah, shades of grey, man. We were all wrong. We didn't get it right at all.
Yeah, and while surprisingly, Shade with 8 deaths, mesr with 11, both men staying alive, just doing a very good job. Shade actually with 3 frags as well. I didn't even notice those happening. Banny went 31 and 15 with 364 damage, but nobody else on his team was really carrying their weight. Tyrone at the bottom of the scoreboard, at the bottom of the damage list, has the lowest frag count. So obviously not great for him, but you know, the real shocker there, I figured the Spacewhales wouldn't be winning if they had bad games out of clckwrk, and he went 19 and 27 with the lowest damage in the game, and they still came ahead by 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think Blaze made a few huge plays to get the Uber advantage back in their swing. Yeah, clckwrk didn't have a very good game, and they still managed to pull out the victory.
Yeah, it's not really what you expect out of the team.
I feel like LG had very few engagements where they were actually 6 up. They were always at a man disadvantage. They kept giving away frags, and I'm confused, man. They just didn't play as solidly as I remembered. Like, I know they are a little bit more erratic than Mix-Up, but I was expecting a bigger performance. Obviously, you guys may have been too, but it's not the LG that I saw at I-46, and that's my real touchstone with the last time I saw North American TF2, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that is not the LG that anyone expected, I don't think. So we had a 2-map win here for Spacewhales over LG, which I think even the people I was rooting for the Spacewhales, I don't think I predicted that at all. I think I predicted a best of 3. But we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We're going to go over to the ad package that is always such a hit with the fans on the ESEA stream. So Lang's going to bet, and we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a break.